A long time ago, I read some stuff about me on Purse Forum. A lot of you discussed me there, and some of you mentioned that I shouldn't talk about the sweet chains getting thinner without a proof. That taught me a valuable lesson, that we aren't there yet, that you can't just take my word for it. So I went out and bought the cheapest camera with the best zoom capability. But the stuff I'm going to show you today will blow your mind. And I filmed it with my phone. Let's go. In the past, all I had was this camera, and see how out of focus is my hand. This camera is very hard to work with, well, for me at least, and the sweet chains are impossible to capture. That would have been an impossible mission. Some of you believed me, some of you didn't, but the chains weren't just thinner for I don't know how many batches, maybe they're back to normal now, but the links weren't straight. So maybe they hired a bunch of amateur jewelers and they were training them. I don't know what was going on, but the links were twisted, they weren't straight, and that distorted the sweet chains by a lot. So my sweet chains that are old, on the butterfly that I sold and on the carnelian pendant that I still have, the chain twists maybe once or twice on each side. That is normal. But if it twists more than 5 times, then there's something obviously wrong with it. If my memory serves me correctly, I ordered 4 pieces and all 4 of them had bad chains. And I tested my theory on Alex because I am very sensitive. I feel things. I can close my eyes and I can feel which chain is thicker, which one is thinner. I asked him to grab the 2 chains and see whether one of them was thicker or not. I asked him to close his eyes, not that he knew which one was mine and which one was new. And he did say that one of them was thicker, and I agreed with him. So he pretty much proved my point to me, and in that moment, I knew I wasn't crazy. In today's video, I'm gonna tell you why I no longer want to shop at Van Cleef, why I haven't been shopping at Van Cleef. I did not want to discuss this, but because I have proof, and you really wanted that, I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna share this with you. So I never discuss my wish list on YouTube because my opinion always changes. And if I did have a wish list, it would probably change 10 times a day. So I did have one piece that has been on my wish list, imaginary wish list in my head, forever. I've always wanted a pair of sweet carnelian earrings in rose gold to match my pendant. But my pendant is a very unique hue, shade. It took me a long time to find it. It was my very first piece from Van Cleef, and it is the most perfect shade of pomegranate red. Cool undertone, suits the rose gold frame, suits my skin tone. So I have seen a lot of sweet carnelian earrings, but they're mainly orangey brownish. Some of them are cool undertone, but not necessarily matching my pendant. Then I get a call from my essay. She says we have 3 pairs left. We received 4, and one of them got sold this morning. I was like, say no more, I'm on my way. I drop everything and I head out. I couldn't believe my eyes. The inconsistency, guys, like there is quality control when they make the pieces before they send them to the boutiques. But there's another thing I found out that I have to share with you. So out of the 3 pairs that I saw, I don't know the pair that was there in the morning that got sold. I just know that it was a very, very dark shade of red. It was more on the brownish side. It wasn't exactly a match for my pendant. Out of the 3 pairs that I saw, 2 of them were inconsistent to a degree that I would have never expected from Van Cleef. It was so visible to the naked eye, I could have spotted the difference from across the room. So one pair was consistent. It looked good. On the video, it looks very bright. In person, it was bright red, but it was warm undertone. So it was more on the orangey side, but still very bright and beautiful red color. If it did match my pendant, which I had with me in the boutique, I would have gotten them, but the difference was so vast that I wouldn't be able to get away with wearing them together. So, plus on the earrings, the color stands out. It pops because there is pink gold behind. Unlike on your pendant, it's translucent. So whatever shade, whatever color clothes you wear underneath will kind of alter the red that you're seeing. So I couldn't have gone with the consistent pair, but there was another pair. One of the stones was kind of pomegranate, still lighter than my pendant, but I could have gotten that pair if two of the stones were consistent. One was orange, literally brownish orange, and one was pomegranate red. That inconsistency was so visible. Now, the second pair was inconsistent because the shade was almost identical. It was very similar. So the shade was okay, but one stone was translucent, was see-through, and one was milky. It was muddy. It was, you will see. I hope you can see it. I hope it translates on the video as well as when I was looking at it in person, because it is filmed with my phone extremely quickly. I didn't want to seem like I was filming a quality issue, even though I was. And I was thinking that if I were to film a video, why I don't want to shop here anymore. Those pieces are thousands and thousands of dollars of our hard-earned money, and we need to hold the brand accountable for these issues and not keep buying, because there's never going to be a change. So I left. I thought I could let it go, but it was bothering me. So I spoke to my essay from a different boutique. I'm not going to call them out, but they said that the boutique, the Costa Mesa boutique, should have never printed the label for a piece like that. That these things happen, that inconsistent pieces arrive, but people who open the boxes of inventory, should just send it back. They send it back and they explain that it's inconsistent. So there is a person receiving the inventory, there is a person printing labels, there is a manager behind it. And the inconsistency was so visible from across the room that even a half-blind person could have seen the difference in the stones, in the color, in the clarity of the stones. And they did not stop for a second to reconsider receiving that into their stock, into their inventory. Unless you worked for Van Cleef, you wouldn't know this. So I'm sharing this with you in private. I really feel like I have your back on a lot of things, and I want this to continue. I want our relationship to continue. And I feel like you do trust me by now. So now, after seeing this with your own eyes and knowing that this could have been prevented by the boutique from being offered to their VIP client, I feel like I am by now, I never knew that things like that could happen and that the boutique can do something about it, because apparently there is an extra step of quality control. And that was not being followed through. So for example, if the boutique receives a bracelet in yellow golden agate and one of the stones is too dark, they can ship it back. And that's what they should do. Anyway, I just thought that was so interesting. I wanted to share it with you, but mainly I'm sharing the inconsistencies in stones. Also, I have a question for you. Several of you commented that Van Cleef dyes their stones. I don't need to know where you get that information from. I don't want to throw you under the bus. But if you know anything about it, leave your comments down below. I haven't bought anything from Van Cleef in a very long time because I feel like Cartier has somewhat better quality and is more transparent about things. So anyway, I am very glad to be back. I missed you guys. A couple of weeks ago, my grandma passed away. She was 96. It really bummed me out. And she had a huge influence on my life. She taught me a lot of things about shopping, about perfume, about shoes, about bags, about style. And she taught me to never wear the same thing to church 2 Sundays in a row, which I never did. I don't remember I ever did. But yes, she was my mom's mom. and I loved her extremely very much. So I was filming videos for a different channel of mine. Those were acting self-tapes because, as you know, sitting in front of a camera is very therapeutic to me, regardless of what I do. But I couldn't bring myself to film a YouTube video for this channel because, well, I didn't want to bring that energy and I didn't feel like I was in the right headspace. But now I am doing better. I have started a new diet. I'm working out more. I am just trying to feel better in the healthiest way possible without shopping, if you know what I mean. But I do have some things that I want to buy that maybe I will film a wish list video. Let me know in the comments if you would want to see that. I think I have gotten a few of those requests in the past, but I don't remember. Thank you very much for watching. If you found this video interesting, entertaining, or helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, comment down below, and I will see you very soon. Bye, guys.